Mokra. May your blades never dull. What can I do for you?
What do you need?
Farewell.
Go forth to victory.
What do you need? Go forth to victory.
got the best deals anywhere!
Cooking's done. Stew here.
Are you going to sue Dogpack?
Well, Mr. Beast is currently on a private jet. On his way to where I live in Central Texas to have a conversation with me. With the intention of addressing the controversy that he has been involved in over the last few months. And I think that it is important for me to document my intentions before embarking on this risky and difficult task.
Are you going to sue Dogpack?
Well, Mr. Beast is currently on a private jet on his way to where I live in Central Texas to have a conversation with me with the intention of addressing the controversy that he has been involved in over the last few months. And I think that it is important for me to document my intentions before embarking on this risky and difficult task. I am not Scott Pelley. I am not a hard-hitting genius investigative journalist. I'm a YouTuber with a medium-sized platform. I am currently doing journalism, to be fair, but I am goofy, all right? Also, back in August, I platformed Dogpack, and out of fairness, I feel that it is important to do the same for Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast has agreed to keep an open line of communication. He'll only be here for a little bit, which is crazy because he's flying halfway across the country. And he and his team have agreed to provide us with evidence and information to give proof to claims so we can actually be as transparent here as possible. The goal of this video is not for it to please everyone or gotcha somebody. It is for this video to be a meaningful source of information. So to future me and you currently viewing, I'm sure I missed some questions, but I absolutely did my best, and I stand behind the result, maybe, and I look forward to seeing the comments and criticism.
Firstly, would you be willing to put your hand on this Bible and swear?
Oh my gosh, you actually have a Bible?
I have two. Two Bibles.
Are you being serious?
I am being serious.
Okay.
I'm swear. We're both from the South. This will be an honest video.
Oh, your laptop's blocking it.
Oh, whoops. This will be an honest video. You're a man from North Carolina. I'm from Virginia.
The Bible Belt.
The Bible Belt.
Yep.
Exactly.
I know what this means.
This This means it's legit.
Yes. Okay.
There we go.
I was not expecting that. Okay.
This is like legal now.
It is. I can go to jail.
The first biggest question for me and a lot of people that I've spoken to over the last couple months is like, why were you so silent? Especially off the bat, like you did respond to the Ava Tyson stuff immediately, but like, you know, right after that, a bunch of other stuff came out and Dawson's video, his first video, gained a bunch of traction. What was your reasoning for being so silent immediately?
No, it's a great question to kick it off on. You actually kind of laid out the timeline there. The Ava stuff came out, and I put out that tweet. We hired the investigators to go look into it, and part of that investigation is they recommended that I not talk about drama or really do anything online because it might influence, you know, witnesses or any people they might interview or ex-employees. So it's a little unfortunate because I told them, okay, I'll wait till the investigation is over. I believe that was literally like a week before the dog pack video came out. And then, truthfully, just in transparency, I've never done one of these like big investigations before. In my head, it was gonna last like 2 or 3 weeks. It ended up taking a couple months. Apparently, combing through all the documents and doing all the interviews and everything just took way longer.
I am
than
forsaken.
I've never had to
Goodbye.
bring in a top tier law firm and a former federal prosecutor and let him, you know, do this really big thing. And so that kind of concluded a couple weeks ago when I put out the tweet of the follow-up. Like, that was the day I got the conclusion of it. And I was like, okay, in transparency, I'll throw this out. So up until that point, it was, you know, I had told Quinn Emanuel that, you know, to protect the integrity, I wouldn't do anything or engage in any of this drama. And then after that, yeah, like you said, a lot of stuff had come out between when the investigation started and when it ended. And I was just kind of like, whoa, I don't really know how to like hit this stuff. And I made like a little response video, but that's just kind of not my style, where I just kind of like put a lot of the information that I assume we're going to talk about here out. And it just felt weird. Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I've never been in a situation where people have thrown this much stuff at me, and I definitely could have handled it better. Like, I probably should have, like, the second I could have talked, like, I don't remember the exact date, 2 or 3 weeks ago when we put that report out, probably should have done something like this right then. If I could go back in time, I would. And
What do you require?
Kind of like a brain dump, and then here I am.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask
I'm
you answered it
listening.
towards the end, but like, do you regret that? Obviously.
Yeah. If I could go back in time, I would do what we're doing here, because I assume this is like the correct format. It's gonna be a little bit more free-flowing and natural, and I wouldn't have wasted so much time like trying to do responses. It's just not my thing. I like so much better, or I'm assuming. I mean, we just started, but I think I like so much better being asked the questions and answer it instead of just like
Trust
sitting
no
in a chair
one.
like this answering it. It just feels a little more natural.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, that definitely, you know, that does line up obviously with what's happened, and it makes sense. And I definitely, you know, I feel like, you know, before talking to you, I definitely would imagine that you would regret have not making a response early.
Oh,
right?
100%.
Like that, because that could have, you could have just immediately, if there is information to debunk Dogpack's visual, his first video off the bat.
Yeah, which obviously had so
Could
much
have done
disinformation in it. If
Yeah.
anyone saw Sagi's video or any
Yeah.
of the newer videos now coming out, like you would
we'll
see
get to
so
that
much.
too, yeah.
So much of it. So it's unfortunate that it happened on the back end of when I was said I would not talk about or address drama and things. And I mean, there's obviously, should have done this sooner. Whoops, but hey, better late than never.
Yeah. Did you think it would get this big?
No, I mean, truthfully, I thought, like, if you watch Sagi's video or any of these other videos that are coming out now showing all the discrepancies, I honestly thought a lot of people would find, like, the information proving the dishonesty earlier.
The Google.
Yeah, like, because a lot of this could have been, just figured out Google. A lot of this could, and now, I also have to be clear, like, I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying I've never done anything wrong, and you can't criticize me. Like, there are things I deserve criticism for, and I'm sure we'll get to some of those things in here. But there are a lot of things that are just not true, and you know, on those things, like, I mean, we'll just get to it throughout this because I'm sure you're gonna ask me the questions. But there's just a lot of disinformation that was easily proven. Like the big one that, I mean, videos with tens of millions of views collectively, you know, claiming I called a guy in Delaware because he committed a crime in Delaware. Like, you know, that is not true. His name was just Delaware. I didn't, you know, call him Delaware to make fun of him or anything. And I mean, I'm sure you're gonna ask me. Speak quickly. But like, there's literally, he was in a video before I hired him, working at Best Buy, wearing a name tag that said Delaware, and like that was public information, and like, you know, anyone could have saw that. And like, even during when that was like getting shared a lot a couple months ago, I even sent that to a couple of YouTubers. So I was like, hey, just so you know, like, I didn't call him Delaware because of this messed up thing. Like, that was just his name. And I guess I probably shouldn't say the name of the creators, but like, one of them literally just said to me, like, well, it's not really cool to like you or defend you right now. I don't really care whether or not it's true, or I don't want to take the video down because then people are gonna think I'm controlled opposition. I was like, whoa. And then also, like, that same photo, are you gonna like throw some things on the screen for them?
Definitely.
Yeah, so throw it on the screen.
Just doing
That same
alright.
photo,
Just
right after that
focusing on the
second
game
dog
right
tag
now.
video started to get traction on Reddit, and saying like, hey, this is a lie. Jimmy didn't call him Delaware to make fun of him, you know, committing a crime in Delaware. That's just his name. And it got taken down by the mods on /YouTube Drama. And that's when I realized, like, oh, anytime there's a post proving like that I'm not evil, they were taking it down. So it was a little unfortunate too, because yeah, I wasn't saying anything. And then on Reddit, anytime something was proving that I wasn't evil, or you know, contrarian to what everyone was saying, they were suppressing it or censoring it, not trying to sound extreme.
So you're saying it's like a echo chamber, which I mean, Reddit r/YouTube Drama is.
Yeah, I know, but it's unfortunate when there's a post with 10,000 upvotes claiming something false about you, and then everyone, then a couple people are like, wait, that's not true. Here's proof, and then they delete it every time. So then everyone's like, okay, well then that must be true, because they're also deleting the comments on that post that prove it's not. So then then it's just like, now, you know, again, I'm not trying to sound extreme, but it's just like, oh, you're censoring information. And then that paired with other YouTubers when I would call and share with them, they'd just be like, well, I don't want to use these lasers, so I don't really. They wouldn't say this directly. They're like, I don't really care if it's true or not. I'm just gonna say what other people say. Like, sorry.
Do you have evidence of like people there being posts that existed and then didn't exist on Reddit that got?
Of course. Yeah,
okay,
I can
cool.
send you.
Yeah, if you'd send me anything,
you
of,
could throw it up on
that.
screen. I mean, that's not like a conspiracy theory. That's
Yeah,
just,
of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just, you know,
we can find quite a few.
I'm not that good at using Google. So
Yeah.
I'll need you to help me with that. Yeah. So to circle back to the Quinn Emanuel investigation, the big thing on the internet, on Twitter specifically, was that you found yourself to be innocent. Of course, you paid a law firm to find yourself innocent.
I saw those memes. Yeah.
That was the big meme. How would you respond to the allegation that the investigation was biased from the start?
Yeah. So, first off, to just set the foundation, I think a lot of people are saying, oh, of course, Jimmy did an internal investigation and found himself, you know, they didn't find any wrongdoing, which is also not true, which I assume we'll go into that more later. They did find some wrongdoing, just not in regards to like the serious Ava allegation. So that's a, you know, false truth. And then on top of that, it wasn't an internal investigation. It was an external investigation, which was clearly laid out in the things we showed.
Yeah, a third-party investigation.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, it is a little bit of a like, you know, a lot of people I saw were saying like, well, you paid them, and it's like, well, yeah, top-tier lawyers and federal prosecutors don't work for free, so I have to pay them.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how to debunk that one. I mean, it just is what it is. But yeah, we hired Quinn Emanuel, which is one of the top law firms in the world. Like, I mean, it was very expensive, but I intentionally picked them because they have a reputation, and they're not just gonna destroy their entire business to be biased towards me. You know what I mean? And then it was led by a former federal prosecutor who did the whole thing. I mean, it was pretty intense. I mean, they did tons of interviews. I mean, transparent. They even like scanned my phone. Like they have messages I sent to my girlfriend, and I'm like, why is this even relevant? They're like, I mean, if you want a thorough one and you want us to like be confident in what we're saying, we need to see everything. Like they went pretty hardcore on it, which is why it ended up taking a couple of months. Because truthfully, when I started this process, I didn't realize like how intense it was. But you know, I gave them the reins to everything, and yeah, it took longer than I thought. But I don't know. I mean, is there any like how else do I prove it besides? I mean, I think another thing that missing context people don't have is like, if they found anything illegal, they are obligated to report it to the police. Like this like that's how these things work when they do these investigations. It's not like they could be like, hey Jimmy, we found this illegal thing. We'll just sweep it under the rug.
But it's all right because you paid us.
Yeah, like so it's just in every way. I just don't think people understand. Like it's it was obviously Coin Emmanuel. That's why we paid them, and it was pretty thorough. And
so I mean, those are two things that make sense, right? We just covered two back-to-back things that make sense. A, you waited a long time for the investigation, and B, you paid like a very reputable law firm, whatever, to investigate. Both of those things make sense logically from your perspective, but also optically from the outside looking in. For people who are just seeing the allegations, they're like, "Oh, this guy looks guilty."
There's always been a Baggins living here under the hill. Big Baggin. There always will be.
It's too far away.
Welcome to Rivendell, Frodo Baggins.
Whom do you serve?
9 rings were gifted to the race of men who, above all else, desired power.